Greetings from the Mediterranean. My name is Emily Francis, and welcome to the show. Each week, we're going to treat it like a vacation and join me in the Mediterranean right now at my home in the island of Malta. But I'll take you around, not just Malta, but around the Mediterranean and introduce you to the cuisine and the culture and why so many people have such an affinity for this area of the world. Join me each week as we play. Consider this your vacation hour.
Please welcome your host of Mediterranean Inspired, Emily A. Francis. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to my hotel room. I'm in Croatia. It is pouring down rain, or it has been since we arrived, and I still managed to get out and about and do the best that I could with videos. So I'm going to show you a lot of video footage, but remember that I am not a cameraman by any stretch, and everything I did was from my cell phone. But since I want to take you around vacation with me, and this is part of the Mediterranean, I've already learned in less than 24 hours more than I thought that I could about Croatia. So we're in the town of Porec, Porec, and it looks like Porec with a little B on top. But they say you've got to roll your R's, like the Italians and the Spanish. So it's Porec. Uh, so that's the beginning. The video that you just saw from the tourism was given to us by the permission from the archives of the Tourism Board of Porridge. So thank you for that. They have been incredibly generous to me for this show. I reached out to them a few weeks ago and then just arrived yesterday and then asked for maybe a tour guide or someone to take me around. And they introduced me to somebody amazing. And I'm going to say his name, and it's not going to sound nearly as good, but we have videos with it as well. But it's Yadrant. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to say it again because I didn't get it right, and I have to pronounce it properly. It's Yadranko, and he was the kindest gentleman who picked me up at the hotel and brought me to a local winery. And we tasted just a little bit of wine because I had to get back. And we also tasted some of the local olive oil. So I want to share some of that with you. But unfortunately, doing the video there, I did it with my cell and I didn't bring my laptop and my mics and all that because they don't have very good internet. It's really rural. So we did the best that we could in the rain in a wine tasting center, which is like a cellar. So it's very dark and the volume didn't really come across like we were hoping. So Dan, my producer, and I are going to try our best to walk you through what I got to see today. And then I'm going to narrate over it since the volume didn't really pick up. So Dan, if we want to do the very first video arriving at the winery. Okay, everybody, we're doing it a little different today. Welcome to Mediterranean Inspired. We're in Croatia, and we're in Poreč. Poreč. Okay, this is my tour guide that the tourism authority was so kind to set us up. Jadranko. Jadranko. And Tanya. Sanya, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sanya. And this is your family's winery?
Yes, my husband's winery.
This is amazing. So take us through and we're going to just visit. We wanted to see local wine and possibly olive oil.
Yes.
You have a beautiful dog over there. He's so lovely. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys just the outside for a minute before we step in because it's so gorgeous. So as you can see, it's raining. So there's the tractors over there, this gorgeous German Shepherd, which if you know me, and he doesn't live on the chain full time, just so you know, we've already asked. And here we go. It's beautiful. This was the original house over here. And now we're going to step inside the winery where people taste the wine. And we're going to talk about the name of this winery. Tell me the name.
Terzolo.
Terzolo? Terzolo. And I want us to see it in writing, just so that we can talk about it later. Oh, this is so lovely. Oh, this is so European. Wow. Oh, this is stunning. Look at this table. This is incredible. This is beautiful. This is where you have the wine tastings then.
Yes.
And you have...
A bit of a contrast between old and new.
Wow. Look at this. And the fireplace. This is quite incredible. This is very Mediterranean.
Yes.
But this is the end of the Mediterranean. This is northern Mediterranean, correct? Can
Many
you tell me
times
that?
when the rain stops, then comes the Bora wind, the typical northeastern wind, blows away the clouds, nice sunny skies, blue skies, and then we see the Alps from here.
Wow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off this video and then I'm going to turn the phone around so that we can all set up. And then we can stay in here and speak, and then I'll send everything to my producer, Dan, and then we'll have it on the show this evening. Okay? So hold 1 second, everybody. Okay, so this is where I'm going to narrate over because the volume just didn't really pick up so much. Sanya is so incredibly generous, and she was telling us about their grapes and the wine groves they grow. They don't make a lot of wine and olive oil because the quantity isn't as important as the quality. So that was something that they wanted to share. They also are unable to mail it to the United States, but they can send it to other countries. The U.S. has a lot of really difficult laws for sending things like olive oils and wine. But I do want to show you. It's Terzolo. And it looks like Terzolo. And you can look it up right now. You can go to Terzolo, and that's her husband. And unfortunately, I can't remember his name, and there's nothing where it's written in English. But this is Sonia's husband, and he is the wine grower, and this is his family business. And he has won several awards for his wine. So soon they're going to show me their first bottle of wine, which I don't have here, but it was a strong brut wine, and they said it was like a heavy brut. And I'll show you once they come out. But right now you can kind of just see us chit-chatting. Very nice tray of some meats and then a particular cheese. And I was looking at that cheese. It sort of reminds me of a Grana Padano, or a somewhat of a Parmigiano, but it's a hard cheese that is really fantastic, and it's native to Croatia, to this area. And what I was saying when I pick it up and start eating is that I can taste just a hint of salt, and then the creamy. It's just got a really creamy. It's a lot like Spaghetti in Malta. You can really taste that it's really made local, super local. And when we think local here in the Mediterranean, we're thinking like within like a 10 to 20 mile radius. So super local. But these people were incredibly generous. And I'm going to sidestep instead of trying to explain what they're doing until they pull out the bottle of wine. I arrived in Croatia yesterday at 4:30 in the afternoon. 4:30. And today we're here because my daughters are in a dance competition, for an international dance competition. And yesterday at the airport, we flew into what's called Trieste, Italy. We flew into the northern Italy, Trieste, and then we got on a bus and went through Slovenia into Croatia. And at the airport, some of the kids were running around, and so my daughters decided to run around. And I don't really know what happened, but my oldest, her glasses fell to the ground and just snapped in half. And I stood in the airport and thought, I don't know if I'm going to scream or cry. But yesterday when we arrived, and you'll see some video of it, I had to go to 3 separate eye doctors and get the lenses popped into a new set of frames. So I was running around like a mad woman yesterday before everything closed and get it done. So I'll show you those videos as well. But I'm jumping back in now. This is the Brut. It's a super strong Brut, but I have to say it was far fruitier and more refreshing than I would have thought when I hear the word Brut. So there's me talking about the cheese and asking, it reminds me of a Grana Padano, and they were saying that it's local, it's a Croatian cheese, and that you can really taste the freshness, and that it is a little bit of a hard cheese, but very fresh. This bottle, and I'm going to show it up close, this is their Brut, and there's a couple little pictures on it. So I'm bringing it to you to show you because it's got little secrets to it. So there's a little cat in there, and then there's the name of the wine. The cat is because that particular word has 3 separate meanings. One is of the grapes, one is of a witch, and then one is something else, and I wish you could hear it better, and that's a shame that you can't, because they gave such a great description of why it is made from that particular type of grape and why they made the insignia that. And it was really cool. And I was honestly prepared not to love it because I'm not a Brut fan. It was really crisp. It would be very good on a sunny day. And I wish so much it wasn't raining, because we would have sat outside and enjoyed looking at the olive trees and the grapes, the vines, and the everything that they have out there. I would have taken you through, but it was raining pretty heavy. So hence why my hair is up in both, because I've been out in the rain all day long between the dance stuff and going to this. So that's us trying the wine. And then I'm gonna go just long enough for them to show you the second bottle of wine, because I actually have a bottle with me, so I can show you, but I can't pour it because I'm not going to open it, obviously. But everybody talked about, smelling the wine and tasting it, but they gave much more instruction on olive oil tasting. So we'll go through that a little bit. The wine was really lovely. And I've always appreciated wine, but certainly not the way that I am starting to appreciate it now because of these shows, these interviews, and these winemakers. And one of the things that I love about the Mediterranean regions is that these local wineries, they do the same grape. So you don't have wine blends to make your Cabernet, or whatever. Your Cabernet is a wine blend, and Merlot is a wine blend. But they're single ingredient grapes, which I think is super cool. So I we'll come back and hopefully show you the other bottle of wine, because we did talk much more about that one. But right now we're going to take a quick break, okay? We'll be right back.
At first, we thought it was just one island, but there's magic in numbers.
And this place? Well, it's so much more.
We these waters, but it's a museum down here.
And through these caves, you uncover some unbelievable views.
Just make sure you snap a shot from up there. A hop-on, hop-off boat tour hits different when the locals lead the way.
We thought we knew dining experiences, but this is something else. By night, you can soak up the sights of the beautiful city under the stars.
And by day, you can get a thrill in a whole other kind of way. Adventure is out there. You just gotta paddle to it. Before you can jump right in. And you know what they say. Friends who leap together, stay together. The best way to explore the islands? Well, take your pick. Need a timeout? Turns out, flow state isn't only found in yoga barns.
Go off the beaten track and you'll find wine tastes so much sweeter. And the stories last longer when you pick the grapes straight from the vine.
So cheers to sunsets from a beach club,
A rooftop pool,
a 12th century church.
or even a cliff top.
We thought we knew how to celebrate, not like this. Come on! The best thing about it? When you think you've seen it all and done it all, there's always so much more.
That's the witch in
We're
there.
back, everyone.
So sneaky.
So I'm narrating, and hopefully they'll bring out the other bottle of wine very soon. Because it was, so I loved the Brut, but the second bottle of wine, which we only had time for 2 bottles of wine because my girls were at this big dance competition. They'd already performed, and then the teachers obviously keep the kids, so it was fine. It just felt so odd to run away for a minute and go to a winery and explore Croatia the best that I could, but that's what you do. This is the point of the show. So even though it didn't pick up the volume like I was hoping, these people were so generous and kind and welcoming. And I don't know if you'll see it, but their son comes in from the school bus right after, and he's darling. And they have 3 kids. They're a lovely family. They have it's the husband's family winery and place. It really just special. But hopefully he'll get up really quickly and do the second bottle of wine, which I'm just going to show you in the window, and then we can talk about it when they. It was so good that I asked for a bottle. I of course wanted to buy a bottle, but they gifted it to me because that's what really kind people do. But this is a special kind of grape, and it's called Malvazia. Malvasia. It looks like Malvasia, but it's not. It reminds me of Maldives, but that's not what it is. But it's a particular grape to this region of the world. And one of the things that I said when I tried this white wine was I thought it tasted with a note of apricot. So I thought, honestly, it tastes like dried apricot that's just a little melted, that's been added into the wine. But it turns out it was not apricot, it was elderflowers. It was elderflowers. That's the note that I was picking up in the flavor. I don't know that I've ever had a wine that gave such a great aftertaste as this, which is we're picking it right back up. I just wanted to make sure that we had the film availability. Okay, I finished. You can see it in the glass. And they did give the Croatian cheers, which I cannot dare to repeat because I can't remember, but it was amazing. So that's that second bottle, and we can jump off, Dan, because without the volume, you don't get the energy of what it was. But it's really special, and it was a wonderful experience. And if it's okay with you, Dan, it's up to you. We can go right into the olive oil with them if you have it queued up. Otherwise, we can take a ride outside with my other friend. Okay, everybody, this is the third segment, and due to time, we're going to just jump in for olive oil, which, as you know me, is my passion. There it is. Okay. I'm going to let you do the honors. So these are Licino.
Inside, yes, there are Lucino, Pentolino, and Bianchera. What's important to make olive oil is when you're making harvest, the process of pressing need to be right away, not wait 2 days or 1 day. So if we finish harvest, that
because you're supposed to press like within 24 hours, right?
yeah.
Like you pick when you're
Even
ready
before, yeah.
to press. Now, do you have a presser here?
Yes, we have a friend who is having a.
Okay, so a friend. Okay, because I'd love to see the different olive pressers. So those are Licino olives.
The donkey going around and around and around. And now it's going to be different.
Something else.
And the important is that when you press the olives, the machine don't go too fast.
There's the sun. He
So
comes
the
in.
temperature need to be
He has no idea because this was all planned last minute. But what she's showing
Yeah,
us
of
as she
course,
pours this
as we
is that you
made
want to
yesterday, give
warm the
you
olive oil
the
in your
bread,
hand and then cover it with the
but
top of
give
your
you the
hand
wine
to
with.
warm it momentarily before you taste it. And they were discouraging eating it with bread because then you don't really get the true notes of what this olives. And this is Licino, but also a couple other species of olive as well. Don't touch it until I teach you. And so I'm like there. And there I'm mentioning Salvatore Romano teaching me how to taste olive oil, which you'll meet him on the show in the next couple weeks. He'll be here from Tasting Sicily and the Mediterranean Olive Oil Academy. So there's our olive oil, and I bring it up to you so you can see how bright and gorgeous. And the Croatians consider olive oil to be the medicine of the Mediterranean. And people use it every single day, and they usually take a little bit at night as well. So you want to cover the whole olive oil glass and then cover it up with your hand to warm it up. So they're showing us there before because it really brings out the flavor. And then you want to aerate the mouth. That's what Sonia was teaching us. So you want to open the mouth before you put the olive oil on your tongue. And then you kind of want to cup your tongue a little and place the olive oil in it and aerate so that you can really get the flavor of the olive, and you can feel it getting peppery when you swallow it down. And there I am doing exactly that motion, but you swallow it down and it's very peppery, it's very strong, it's really clear, and it does taste like not medicine, unless like the old school medicine of the nature that heals you and clears you, and that's what it did. So those are the olive oil and the wine that I really fell in love with. And I loved the Brut also, but these were the two that I'm bringing home with me because I just couldn't. I can't imagine trying pure olive oil someplace in the Mediterranean and not at least getting some of it back with me. So that's the family. I'll put the links up when I post the page. They're amazing. But you can look up again. It's Terzolo, Terzola, but it's Terzolo, and you can look it up and you can see the winery and the family and all that great stuff. So Dan, you can cut it, but thank you to everybody that allowed this interview. That was so kind, especially for us to kind of spring it on them. It was very, very generous of them. And my tour guide, Yadranko, he was so kind. We talked on the phone yesterday, and then he picked me up today and brought me to this winery because this morning I had like the revelation. Because yesterday it was like, oh, I don't know, maybe a restaurant, maybe we talk about cuisine, I don't know. But then we passed by this winery and olive oil. It wasn't the same place that we went to today. And I thought, you know what? If I'm going to do Mediterranean inspired, then let's do the things that I want to learn about and love and hope that you enjoy it. Because if you're going to watch the show, you're probably going to want to learn a little more about wine and olive oil, not only, but I do think the olives are special. I think the olive oil is amazing, but it's, it's kind of sad because I know some of my friends in America would love to order it, and you're going to have to come here. You're going to have to come and visit some of these places. So Dan, if we want to introduce Tony, I call him Tony Croatia, my driver from yesterday that took me back and forth to the eye doctors. He was so lovely. And also we got to see some unique animals that we don't get to see, certainly in Malta. So Dan, what do you think? Can we play it? I'm in the car now. And I just wanted to show people a little bit more. I was telling Tony just now, I don't really have the time to get out and explore because it's Monday and the show is tomorrow, Tuesday, and I'll get more during the week, but I'll be in Croatia doing live tomorrow, Tuesday. So you just kind of got to go with the flow when it presents itself. This is the harbor, right? This is like the town square?
Yes, this is the harbor, yes.
Okay. There's a lot of boats here.
Yes, a lot of.
I've heard this is a very touristy town, is that right?
Yes, this is true, yeah.
That's why you speak such good English?
So.
No, you do. You speak much better English than you think. Tony at first had declined being on the show because
I'm the second one. My girl is the first.
His girlfriend's going to be on, but he had declined being on the show because he was a little afraid of his English. But he didn't realize you have fantastic English. And you've been so amazing.
Yes,
Tell me the name of your business.
Taxi Versar. This is my factory. I work here at Porridge.
Okay.
It's around 20 kilometers. And I work on call. If you need rides to, I don't know, to Pula or somewhere, I use the reservation and I give you the price, and if you agree, we have the deal.
And we go, yeah. This is amazing.
Yes.
It's a little hard to do it from the car. You're doing fine. I'm just not used to doing like film footage, so I'm hoping people aren't dizzy by the time we get back. But my producer Dan can make the executive decision how much to keep in. Tequila Beach Bar. And we saw that sign for local wine and olive oil, and you were telling me that Croatian oil is like gold here.
Yes. My recommendation. You must try it because this is the medicine.
It is the medicine, right?
This is delicious. You know what I mean?
It's the medicine of the Mediterranean, really.
Yeah.
But you said you have it every day?
Every day I eat. I spend the oil.
Do you have like a salad every day, or just you put it on fish, or?
On everything.
Really?
On everything, yes.
You put oil on everything.
Yes.
Now, I haven't taken my viewers through the Maltese roads yet. They're really, really different. They're high walls with rocks, and they're very narrow. So to be back here, like, not that I've been back here ever in my life, but it feels like America as far as the roads, because I'm back on the right side of the road, and the roads are wide and very comfortable, and there's just a lot of space, whereas Malta's a very small country, so there's not anywhere near this kind of space, and certainly not this type of greenery. But it's really this is the place with the horses.
Yeah.
And you were telling me the restaurant here.
Yes, it's pretty good. This is the little farm, but this is only for. This is only for looking, you know.
The animals?
Yes.
These are for show. They're not to be served.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. They're not going to wind up on your plate, which is good.
I believe in that.
I don't want to see the animals before we eat. There's the beautiful Mediterranean Sea, right?
Yes.
Okay.
See?
That is the Mediterranean. And I showed it to you a little bit earlier from the hotel. And these are all olive trees, right?
Yeah.
They certainly look it. I'm showing the olives. And then this is where we saw the rabbits and those unique little dudes that looked like otters to me.
Yes, this is the unique rabbits, I think. It's
there,
down.
yes. Okay, let's see if I can
Yes.
catch it. I got it super close up, so put it on there. No, don't get out, because people are going to be behind you. Wow. Did you find any?
Yes, of course.
Oh, good.
You can one.
Good. So, thank you so much, Tony.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome.
And then tomorrow I get to meet your girlfriend?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Matea.
Matea.
Matea, yes.
Okay. Does she know that you've signed her up to be on TV?
She must.
She'll be happy?
Yeah, I think yes.
Okay, guys, I'm going to take you off the video because I don't want to make everybody totally sick, but this is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
This is as much as I'm really getting out, just so we know. I'm following my friend Tony Croatia out of the eye clinic that we just were in, Optica. Look how sweet this little place is. And I'm going to show you the square. The pigeons are bigger. The seagulls are way bigger. They're shocking. But this is such a darling square in Poreč. Poreč, Croatia. The foods are amazing. Gelato was right up here somewhere. Gelato, some shopping. Oh, there it is. Gelateria Dolce Vita. Oh, how lovely, huh? 2 seconds, Tony. Just up front. Because if you're in the Mediterranean, you have to enjoy gelato. Hi, I'm just doing a quick video. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now we leave and we go, just so I can show you a little bit of the town. This is the square in Poreč. People ride bikes. On the way here, I saw giant bunny rabbits. I saw like otters. I saw horses and pigs and sheep all outside. I just wasn't filming. That's quite lovely, isn't it? And now we're just speeding. Because poor Tony Croatia is probably very tired of me. We've gone back and forth to the square 4 times now. So there we go. All right, thanks everybody. So I named him Tony Croatia, which he was good with. I don't know his surname, but I put him in my phone as Tony Croatia. And it's really incredible when you travel or when you're doing something and you start WhatsApping with these people back and forth for much more, and then you leave town and then it's over. Matea, his girlfriend, ended up not feeling well and not going to work today. So I did not get to have the morning meeting with her, which worked out because with the dance, we were up at 7 a.m., eating breakfast at 7:45, and then checking in, and we watched dance all day long, which was great. It's really been incredible. We're at what's called Dance Star. You can look it up, dancestar.org. It's got 30 to 40,000 dancers from around the world. And today was the 0 qualifier. So the actual competition doesn't start until Thursday. Tomorrow is the opening ceremonies and all that, but it's supposed to be massive, and it already is. But the people here, first of all, thank you, Optica of Poreč, Croatia, for fixing my child's glasses, giving us new frames. That was astonishing and unbelievably difficult of a thing to do in a very short amount of time. And if you're a mommy, you know that's just hard. But there's no way I can set my kid up for a week and not be able to see properly and then dance and compete. It's crazy. If you want to see the woman who saved us at Optica, she did give us permission to share this video. I had originally taken it for my husband, so you'll hear the beginning is like, "Hey babe," but it's because it was for him. But then I asked her after, and she said yes. So here's our saving grace. Hey honey, I'm here at Optica. This amazing angel of a woman made this glasses happen, which is incredible because I went to the first place that the hotel recommended and the people were so rude and they wouldn't help at all. And then my sweet cab driver, Tony Croatia, who's my new best friend, took me here, and you are the greatest thing ever. So thank you. Thanks. That's like, you meet angels in different places. She was so kind. And she went through all the glasses on the wall and then opened these drawers. And I stood there praying. Every angel, everybody, please find us some frames. And she found them in a drawer and then gave my child like 3 choices of colors to pick. And then she looked at me very straight and she said, "Give me 30 minutes." So Tony took me back to the hotel and then, because I needed more cash really, and then back to Optica. So thank you to everybody. I can't believe that I've been in Croatia less than 24 hours, less than 24 hours, or right at 24 hours, because I got here around 4:30 yesterday. Okay, so 26 hours and counting. I have been in Croatia and I've made lovely, lovely connections with people. And what I have found, except for the first people at the first eyeglass place, which was shocking, they were unbelievably rude, but everybody else has been so nice and generous and kind and gentle and tall. I'll show you a picture. I took a picture at the winery. I'm going to show you just from here, but I took a picture at the winery, and we're all standing. We're all standing up. Now I am 4'11", so if you don't know me in person, I am incredibly short, and that's where the thickness comes in extra. Is that I'm 4'11", but I'm standing up, and they're all standing up, and everybody that I've met here, and you saw Tony Croatia, the cab driver, also quite tall, and he looks a lot like Travis Kelce. I think it was really surprising, but what a darling man, very generous, very patient. I was sweating yesterday. I was freaking out of how am I going to get her glasses fixed. And he would clean the car. "Oh, Emily, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. I've got you. We're fine. Don't worry." And it's not a cab fare. It's just an agreed upon fee, like he said, and he gave a discount. And it was very nice. I do have one more video, I think just one more, I'm not sure. And then we have a couple commercials to show you more of Croatia, but I did walk down to the pier. So this is the most of the water that we've seen. So Dan, if you don't mind playing that video. All right. Hello, everybody. We're in Porek. Is that how I say it? Porridge? Porridge, yeah. Porridge. Okay, thank you. Porridge, Croatia. This is part of the Mediterranean. Okay. Can I put you on? Blue Laguna. Blue Laguna. How nice. This is so beautiful. Thank you. So I'm going to take you guys with me down the pathway to the Blue Laguna. This is our first visit to Croatia, and we're here for the World Dance Competition. So I won't be able to just get around and do a ton of filming, but it's supposed to be a rainy week. So today, I'm going to try to just get this part in because it's so pretty. This beautiful water. I was wondering why I saw these older gentlemen in bathing suits in the lobby of the hotel. But I'll take you through and just show you quickly. And then we have videos from the Tourism Ministry of Croatia for Porek. So this is quite beautiful. And people here drive on the right side of the road, just like in America, unlike Malta, that drives on the left. So it was interesting to see. It was like my old stomping grounds of being on the right side of the road.
So here's the beauty. Beautiful. And the other thing I hope to capture for you guys is the most beautiful birds. Really large, huge seagulls, like the kind in cartoons, not in real life. And another one that had a black face that looked like a crow, but it was like black and gray, but nothing like a crow I've seen in America. Hopefully I'll catch it again. But this is the beginning parts of our video footage. They have pine trees here. And actually, we flew into northern Italy to Trieste. And then we drove on a bus through Slovenia and into Croatia. And now here we are. And there were so many trees. I haven't seen that many trees, maybe ever. So welcome everybody. I'm going to try to get as much footage as I can. I'm so grateful for your time and for you to come with me to Croatia, where beautiful grass lives. We never see grass anymore. Grass everywhere, greenery everywhere, water, of course, because you're in the Mediterranean. Very, very lovely. Hopefully more to come. Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed those videos. I do want to give the thanks again to Jadranko, my tour guide. I'm very grateful. He was fabulous, so kind. And Tony Croatia, the best driver on all of the land here. And also thank you from the archive of the Tourism Board of Poreč. Now I want to say Poreč to me sounds like porridge, and I've been practicing how to say it right. So I do a Poreč. Poreč. So the archive of the tourism, and I just I said earlier the tourism ministry because I'm used to Malta. Malta is a theocracy, and so everything is ministry there. But it is not the case. So this is the tourism board of Poreč, and this is from the archive of the tourism board, and they were very kind and incredibly generous to send over the videos to introduce me to Jadranko. He was lovely, lovely. And I wish I could have spent a lot more time with him because he has so much information about Croatia. And he was really ready to sit down and rock and roll. But nobody really had time to sit from 6 to 7 and do the live today. I certainly wasn't going to bring somebody into my hotel room. And I'm not going to set up in the lobby because there's like over 1,000 people in here, all dancers. And you don't really want to
to show that. So, you kind of have to just make do with what you have. I did the best with what I had. And that's all that we can ask for week to week. Next week, I'm back in Malta, and Kurt Mifsud is next guest. He will be up next week, and we are going to go over some of those herb blends that we talked about that I said, because he's going to be on once a month. So next week is his next time on. I know that you'll enjoy that. And he said, let me think on it for what he really wants to do, because obviously I want to leave it up to him. He knows better than me. That crunchy salad blew my mind on the first episode. And also, feel free to call in. Feel free to mark your calendars and watch this show live and call in and ask your questions, because and also feel free to share this. It's everywhere. It's on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple TV. But I always tell people just to go to YouTube, Mediterranean Inspired, and you can see all the episodes, or you can go to Bold Brave TV and watch live and write in or ask questions. Call me. Let me know. Let me know if you like it. We're 1 month in. This is our 4th show, and we have a long time to go. We have a year to follow as much as we can. I don't do a lot of traveling. This was really a unique thing, but I'm planning on going to Greece in the summer, so we'll see. But I do want to try to bring you with me. I want to bring the Mediterranean to you, not just because I love the olive oil, even though I really love the olive oil, and not just because I want you to learn about endemic wine species and varieties or have more respect for winemakers. It's not that. I mean, I love all that, and I have learned so much already. The Mediterranean is a culture that's all its own. It's really special. It takes life very, very day by day and very gracefully and with a huge amount of gratitude. And I think that that's a very important lesson for all of us. People think about the Mediterranean and they immediately say the Mediterranean diet. I'm not introducing olive oil to you to talk about the Mediterranean diet, because the way that we have understood the Mediterranean diet is it's a kitschy term. It's a term to help you sell books. But the Mediterranean diet is a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's the way they live. It's the way they approach life. It's the way that they show up at their kitchen table with friends and with family, and the way that they bring you in. I cannot believe, even here in Porridge, Croatia, that I've been here for such a little time and yet made incredible connections with beautiful, wonderful people. And also in Malta, people have really brought me into their homes and their family. They've brought my family in. And I do think that I moved here during COVID. I moved to Malta during COVID. I haven't been here that long, but I do feel like I live much more intentionally, much more from the heart, with much less judgment. And I do feel like I am a different person, a better version of me. And so I want to introduce everybody to the Mediterranean because it made me come alive. And I want everybody to experience that, even if you can't get over there. So next week, feel free to give us a call. Kurt Mifsud is on the show again. We'll talk some food. I can't wait for you guys to see what he has up his sleeves. Feel free to call in. Share this with everybody. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
This has been Mediterranean Inspired with host Emily A. Francis. Tune in each week, Tuesdays, noon Eastern, on the Bold Brave TV network and take a vacation from your life.